So I must say, I was on the air this morning when this broke, and we broke it, and I must say I was surprised. I guess I underestimated because we were concerned that maybe some of the problems with trade, global trade, some slowdowns might be hurting UPS, and you actually had already taken up your estimates and you beat those. How'd you do it?
It was a lot of good execution and a combination of our strategy, our investments, and then the timing just couldn't have been any better. A good example of that is this structural change of to next day delivery. At the same time that a lot of the major retailers are going to next day, we're adding 11 aircraft this year, and we had the capacity. And so when you can time investments with a structural change, that is just one example of that led to the success that we talked about today.
So you've been making a lot of investments, a lot of it in technology and really modernizing your entire process. What's that done to your employment situation? Are you employing more people or fewer people than you were 2-3 years ago?
Because we're growing the business, it's still allowing us to employ more people. We have just short of 500,000 people worldwide. And we look at technology as an enabler, something that will help us be more flexible and help us to respond better to our customers. And it really creates opportunities for our people.
So you mentioned earlier e-commerce and how that's really transforming retailing overall. We've all been watching Amazon as they're moving fairly aggressively into delivery themselves. They're sort of becoming a frenemy, I guess, a bit. I mean, sort of both a competitor and also a customer. Are they taking business away from UPS? Do you have more business or less business with Amazon today than you did 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, Amazon is a big customer of ours, and there are places that we overlap, so we obviously monitor that. They're growing so fast that they're creating a lot of opportunities. But I want to tell you, even though they're an important part of e-commerce, there's more to e-commerce than Amazon, and that's where a lot of the initiatives that we announced yesterday are going in, is to allow those smaller and mid-sized companies, retailers and e-tailers, to compete and to be able to offer things like next day and compete with the large e-tailers. So that's really where our focus has been, on small and mid-sized customers.
So David, if you take a look at the various e-commerce people that you deal with, you have Amazon in one bucket, you have all the others in the other. Which is growing at a faster rate right now? The Amazon business or the others?
You know, from our standpoint, we wouldn't compare growth rates of customers. Obviously, if you read and believe the reports that are out there, Amazon's growing at a very rapid rate. But I can tell you, we have other customers that are seizing the moment, and they are also growing. They just wouldn't be at the size and scale of an Amazon or a Walmart or any of these other large e-tailers, retailers.
David, as I said, when we were looking forward to your earnings, we were expecting you might have some headwinds from international. I think you did have some headwinds, in fact, according to your earnings report. How bad is the situation internationally, particularly because of trade problems?
You know, it's a dynamic situation. There's no doubt about it. And global trade is not growing as fast as it was. Now, it's not shrinking, obviously, but not growing as fast. And we're seeing trade lanes that are changing, and we're having to respond to that. But at the same time, it's allowing us to offer different solutions to our customers. And even with this dynamic environment, we had our best second quarter ever in our international business, and we are finding ways to continue to bring value to our customers.
Give us a sense of geography here. Where are the areas around the world that you're seeing the biggest upside, and where are there bigger challenges?
Well, upside, if you look at China and China to the rest of the world, then our business there is certainly growing. China to the U.S. is not, because of the tariffs and the trade policy. And then there's concerns in Brexit, you know, the UK and Brexit, and we're looking at that. But then there's a lot of opportunities intra-Asia and in other parts of Asia to the United States and to Europe. So we are seeing companies that are moving their supply chains from China to other parts of Asia to take advantage of the difference in trade laws.